let's start with recording, shall I? I forgot to start the recording. I need to remember to do that. If I don't remember to do that, I don't know. I'll just put the spoiler alarm on. God damn it. Oh, that's coming out of the wrong source. That's fun. Okay, give me a sec. I can fix that quickly. Audio. Please come out of the right source. It's the only thing I want you to do, OBS, is to be good. Audio spaghetti. Well, it should be coming out of OBS. I said it, so it does that. If it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. I mean, you won't be able to hear it, but it's just ba-doom noise. If, say, commands happen, then yeah, I am going to have to fix that, but we'll come to that when it eventually becomes a problem. But, yeah, so, today, in our Buddin Some Boopin games, I'm going to be going over my recent recording of Breath of Fire 4. I have played that game. I'm going through that slowly across this month. Code Vein, which I recently played because of Mail. he started playing that last week, and it hooked me onto the game again because I haven't played it in about 2 years, and I thought, I want to play a new Souls-like, but I don't want to... I want to play a Souls-like, but I don't want to go and play a whole new one right now. I'm not in the mood for that. So I thought, fuck it, I'll go back to Code Vein. I'll play it over the next few weeks and probably complete it in about 2 weeks from now, I'm going to say, maybe 1 week. And then obviously, HIO games at the end. We're going to be doing Feather Park, Tricky Keys 2, and I was going to say You Suck at Parking, but that's not what it's called. Let me get up the notes for that, shall I? Yes, but I'm hoping as I do more of these, I'll become more confident in obviously my own narration, but also I'll have more of an idea as to what stuff I need up currently, because I did not bring up the notes I need for this, and I probably should have done that before I started. Yeah, so the HIO games I'm going to cover are going to be Feather Park, Tricky Keys 2, and also, how loud is this music? It doesn't look loud to me, but let's bring that down, shall we, to 18 decibels. So, yeah. Feather Park 2, Feather Park, Tricky Keys 2, and Please Fix the Road, what we're going to be doing today. They're going to be about 15 minutes in length, and I'm going to give the last game about half an hour, because I actually had to pay money for that game, so we'll check those out as we go along. But without further ado, let me go to my VTuber overlay, and let's go check out some games, shall we? And firstly on that agenda will be Breath of Fire 4. So let's go over there, shall we? And, yeah, here I am, I'm back again. God damn it, it's that mangy plant again and inside of his flower pot. Oh, I should have changed the logo on the pot. Nah, that's too much work. I don't need to do that, do I? I'm also going to check that the actual audio is working. Yeah, it's working. Good, nice. Nice. So, let's get the music, shall we? And I spent about an hour today putting together that little music player at the bottom, because I thought a good podcast needs music. Otherwise, it's just me talking against a blank background of nothing going on. There's always a little bit of music in the background, I think, keeps the audience engaged. I didn't want to get any songs that would drown me out, like any songs with lyrics in it. So if people do have suggestions, that's probably my only requirement, that they don't have lyrics in them or any form of vocalization. As much as I would love to put Brute Justice on from Final Fantasy XIV, that song does have lyrics in it, and it's going to distract me because I love that song. So I'm not saying if the song is catchy enough, I'm going to get distracted by it, but what I'm saying is vocalized music is a no-go. So let's get Breath of Fire up, shall we? So, I have been playing a little game. A 2002 game. Actually, is it 2002? It's 2000 something. But, yeah, so I have been playing, doing a marathon of Final Fantasy games. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this on the Discord a few times, and in the last Buddin Some Boopin I talked about Final Fantasy 9 and Final Fantasy 6. And then I played 15, and I didn't like 15 that much. I have my misgrievances of it, and because of that, I wanted to play a different game, at least. And then I'll get back to my marathon afterwards. It didn't poison my taste of Final Fantasy, per se. It just made me want to play a game that had an actual good story in it, and As much as I think 4 would have given me that, I didn't want to move directly onto it. I wanted to play a different series that would kind of invoke a similar feeling. And that's kind of where I jumped on with Breath of Fire 4, because if you don't know, in the past, a member of the VOT, like into Twitch, go check them out, here's a link to them, played Breath of Fire 3. In fact, it was a game redemption, I think, from a imaginary friend, and I was interested in it because, firstly, that playthrough was really fun. I thought the story was surprisingly engaging for how old the game is. The characters, how colourful the game is, despite how dark some of the themes were, was fairly surprising to me. And obviously the pixel art was fantastic. Probably one of my favourite designs of a game, art direction wise anyway. And I'll be going into that a little bit across this section, but I do actually have some bullet points to help me get through this. So we actually stay with a little bit of a structure here. So here they are. So we're going to start by talking about a little bit about the development history of Breath of Fire 4. So, as you may have guessed, it is made by Capcom. Capcom make good games, but they tend to forget about some of their older IPs, which is probably why we're never going to get a Breath of Fire game again. But this was developed by Capcom Production Studio 3, which you might know as the people who published Resident Evil 3, Code Veronica, Resident Evil 2, and a lot of the later Resident Evil games, Dead Aim, Survivor, and I think also Resident Evil 0. Now, I don't think they had a hand in developing the game, I think they just published it, but they definitely published this, they definitely created this game with a team within Capcom. So if you don't know, basic Capcom history, in 1998 Capcom kind of blew up in terms of popularity, so they split themselves up into 4 different units, and they were respectively called Production Studio 1, 2, 3, 4, and Production Studio 3 did Breath of Fire and Resident Evil, and that's kind of where we led on to with this. So after the success of Breath of Fire 3, and obviously the rest of the series being very popular, the main writer wanted to kind of go in a different direction after Breath of Fire 3. According to what I actually read online, the last 3 games were one complete story arc. Like, they all followed a story, and it completed in Breath of Fire 3, which I thought was interesting. It's going to make maybe a replay of Breath of Fire 1 and 2 interesting, considering there might be spoilers in it, I guess, from Breath of Fire 3. I don't remember much about that game, to be fair, but yeah, I didn't actually know that they were all like one trilogy, like a trilogy of games, of stories that continued on from the previous ones. I thought that was interesting. So yeah, so the person who actually wrote the game, I'm sorry if I butcher his name, Makoto Ikehara, he actually is a surprisingly unknown writer in the video game JRPG scene. In fact, this is the only series he worked on, popularized anyway for a JRPG and a Western audience. And I find that interesting because one of the best parts of these games is the writing, so I'm surprised he didn't get that much work outside of that. Maybe he decided after Breath of Fire series he was done. He wanted to pursue other arts, and yeah, I thought that was interesting. If you want to know what else he worked on, interesting enough, according to this and IMDb, he was a scenario editor for Dead Rising and also a scenario writer for Dragon's Dogma. Which I was like, wait, he worked on Dragon's Dogma? That's not even a Capcom game, is it? Is Dead Rising a Capcom game? I actually don't know that one. Hold on, I'll have a look. I got the browser, let me find out. Dead Rising is a Capcom game, and I thought that was relevant since Mel is currently playing Dead Rising 2. Capcom. No, yeah, it's made by Capcom. In fact, it's made by Studio One. So, there you go. The more you know. Yeah, so, yeah, I was shocked. Not shocked, but curious by the fact that he had worked on such different, startlingly different games, considering that this series has had in the past fairly dark themes going along it. Like Breath of Fire 3 was a lot about responsibility and taking that upon yourself. Don't let some god dictate your world and allow them to control it, basically. And there was a lot of psychological stuff in Breath of Fire 3 which I quite enjoyed. And 4 definitely continues that trend of kind of delving into a fantasy world that is striven and sickened with war. And there's a lot of that in this game that I want to get into, obviously. Spoiler warning, I need to put this as a disclaimer. As you may have noticed on the Discord schedule for this, I put a little spoiler, red alarm next to Breath of Fire 4. Basically, whenever I go into necessary spoilers for a game section on this podcast, I will use a little spoiler alert there, because otherwise I'm just going to be going into blatant and like exhilarating spoilers for something that you may not otherwise want to have spoilers for. So this is why I have it. I'm going to have it on the screen whenever I talk about it, and when I finish talking about the spoiler stuff, it'll go away. So yeah, and like I said on the timetable, if there's a little alarm next to it, that means that I will be going into spoilers in this section. Probably not the best idea to watch it if you do not want spoilers for it. So yes, Breath of Fire 4 spoilers, I'll be going into that here. But yeah, so development-wise, I was surprised to hear that they actually worked on Resident Evil, and the key writer actually went on to do some work with Dead Rising and Dragon's Dogma, which I think actually Dragon's Dogma is a Capcom game, but I just didn't think it was. It is a Capcom game, fuck's sake. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Okay. Oh, has the music stopped? Music. Oh, does it not continue on from when it's finished? That's annoying. How do I set that up? Stop after current. Cursor follows playback. So I'm using foobar for this because otherwise it'll just take a while to get through. Yeah, there we go. Put it on random now. It should shuffle between them. So yeah, in terms of production, there's not a lot of information online about Breath of Fire 4, but I found out something interesting about the translation over to UK and America. If you may not know, I mean, I feel like it's an obvious point at this point. A lot of JRPGs are made in Japan. I mean, it's in the name, Japanese RPG, and first they have to be translated over to a Western audience for them to understand them. In fact, one of Square Enix's biggest markets is for the Western audience, which is why FF16 is being so commercialized to us, because we give them the big dollars. So of course, we'll put the money in to give you a good translation team, like Koji Fox, and his work on Final Fantasy 14 is unparalleled. I love what they do with the translation for 14. But with Breath of Fire 4 and Breath of Fire as a whole, these games were largely unknown to the Western audience. But then, at some point, they were like, maybe we should translate these over. And that's what happened with Breath of Fire 4 and 3. The thing about it is, though, when they were doing the development of Breath of Fire 3, they did not, for Fire 4 in fact, they did not tell the translation team, okay, we're going to give you the final product, you need to get it out in 7 months. They had 7 months to translate this entire game from Japanese to English. And that is a hardy task for about anyone, basically. And that led to a very rushed localization process where they were trying to translate this game but make it readable. Don't make it like FF7 where the text makes that game unbearable in some spots. And I think they did a pretty good job, but they had to sacrifice a few things, like, for example, in the Japanese version of Breath of Fire 4, there is a scan system where you can scan enemies and find out a little bit of lore about them and a little bit of, like, stuff about their weaknesses and stuff. That isn't in the American version because that would have taken longer to translate because of all that dialogue they'd have to get from the scans. So they ended up cutting out that entire feature in the American version. And there's actually a lot of cases in this game where you can tell they wanted to reduce the amount of dialogue as possible. So, yeah. Luckily, it didn't look like the actual dialogue was, like, rushed. It felt pretty good playing through this game. I mean, it was far superior to, say, Final Fantasy 7 or 8 in terms of how the dialogue read on the screen. So, I would say they did a pretty good job in that regard. And you know what? It is time for Reverb, Coca-Cola. Oh, not Reverb, Coca-Cola. Reverb, Pepis. Let me get this out. Because I'm doing a lot of talking in these podcast streams, so... I kind of need a drink as well during this. Alright, here we go. Prepare yourself with Reverb Pepis. I don't even know how that sounded. I always say that, but I generally don't, because I don't hear myself twice. So it's always fun to, you know, theorize. Oh, maybe it sounds great, or maybe it's just complete noise spaghetti in the microphone. Either way, let's continue, shall we? So yeah. So one of the things that definitely caught me on with the Breath of Fire series compared to other RPGs, a lot of RPGs at the time, Final Fantasy as one of them, kind of delved into the more polygon, textured backgrounds, pre-textured stuff like Resident Evil did. They kind of wanted to go the next-gen graphics, such and such. So that's why FF7 had Duplo Men, and FF8 and 9 had a lot of FMV backgrounds, because otherwise they wouldn't look as good. They did a pretty good job of it though. I will say that, like, I'm not shitting on 8 and 9. I am shitting on 7 though, because despite the fact I know it's an old game and it was one of the first PS1 games that tried to do something like that, I still don't like the graphics. Like, the actual in-game battle models for the characters look fantastic. Like, why didn't they just use those in the actual game? I just thought it was weird, but you know, it's fine. You can do what you want. But Breath of Fire still was like, no, we're gonna stick to our roots. We're gonna create the best pixel goddamn animations you've ever seen in your life, because these games, fucking hell. I can't show it to you right now, obviously, but if you look at any clips of this game, its combat system, its world, it's just gorgeous sprite work all the way through. I don't actually know who did it. All I know is that some people from this series went on to make Alpha Dream, which is the people who brought us the Mario and Luigi series, and that makes a lot of sense considering the pixel art in those games as well being really good. I just think in terms of media, and in the early days of trying to transform RPGs over to PS1 graphic styles, that despite everything you do, pixel art is always going to look good if you apply a good art direction to it. Like, back then we were working with polygons, fucking, that's the only word I know in terms of graphical design back then with the PS1, but you know, you kind of get what I'm saying. Pixel art just works a lot better because it's working with a medium that has always worked, with the SNES, the NES. Like, there's a lot to be interpreted from it a lot of the time. That's why it works so well in horror, because you've got to kind of interpret, what the fuck am I looking at right now? But because of how far it's gone with these games, like the PS1 actually makes it look beautiful, and you don't really leave it up to interpretation as to how they look. And my god, the animations in these games, I don't know how long they took to make, probably a lot of time, but one of the most shocking things to me in this game was the fact that when an enemy gets hit, it has its own stagger animation, and it looks amazing. All of them do. I was like, what? You're gonna give them all their own unique animations when they all get staggered? Because that is so much hard work for something that's so small, and it's wonderful. Obviously, we can talk about the perspective shifting. But I've always had this where you can shift the perspective of the area, so you can look at stuff from behind, look at stuff from sideways, so you can kind of get a full idea of how it looks. Because at the end of the day, it is 2D. Like, we can use much mode 7 as we want. Yeah, these games are 2D until much later on, when JRPGs went for the 3D art direction. So the way Breath of Fire 3 and 4 get around it is they do this perspective shifting where you can switch the camera behind you so you can see what's happening there, and they tend to hide a lot of goodies behind those little camera shifts, which I thought was quite fun. And again, the music has stopped. I don't know why it's doing this. Can we not stop the music after it begins? I mean, I can just play it again, it's fine. But yeah, absolutely stunning graphics as always, and I'll probably just keep like praising the series for it, despite how repetitive it sounds. So yeah, in comparison to Breath of Fire 3, how does it stand so far? Well, firstly, I didn't play Breath of Fire 3, I watched Mel play it, and I highly suggest watching that series because that game is very cool, and Mel does a good job playing it as a streamer. It was actually one of his longest playthroughs. I think it was about 17 parts in the end. Use your trivia knowledge there, I guess. Breath of Fire 3 was wonderful. I loved watching Mel play that game. It made me feel a lot more emotional than Legend of Dragoon, for example. Like, I was really invested in the style they went for, and I think that was mainly down to the art direction again and the characterization of certain characters in that game. There's a lot of twists and turns in the story that I wasn't expecting, and I liked that a lot. So yeah, in terms of comparison to Breath of Fire 3, I can't say it's better yet because I've only played the first chapter, but what I can say is they definitely improved upon a few things. Firstly, the combat is much improved. I think the system is a lot cleaner than 3. 3 had a lot of, you could do magic combo or something. 4 has a fully implemented combo system that they teach you from the get-go, so you're not like climbing onto it at the end of the game. You have to learn it, you have to teach yourself how to use it because the game is built around that combo system, and I appreciate that. I know we're getting into combat right now, but it's just in comparison to Breath of Fire 3. Graphically, the game looks better. Art direction, they definitely pumped a few more pixels into the characters. Recently, in fact, I went to this like Mode 7 world. Like, if you remember from Mail's playthrough, if you did actually watch his thing, there was a section in that game where you go through a desert, and it's all in Mode 7, well not Mode 7, it's all 3D, and you gotta try and follow the stars to try and reach your destination. They do a similar thing in this, where you go to this giant golden plain, and you need to try and find a village or a tent in a massive plain area, and you have to follow some rocks and you have to follow a campfire, and there's some birds that direct you to it too. It's pretty cool. I did get lost a few times, but it's just what happens to me as a streamer. I just get lost. So, yeah, in terms of so far, the presentation is a lot cleaner. I like it probably a little bit more than Breath of Fire 3 so far. In terms of characters, in fact, I do like them a lot. I thought one of the problems with 3 was the characters just kind of appeared sometimes. Like, there's not been a character in 4 which I thought felt out of place. Like in 3, where just a small tree child appeared and you had to carry it around throughout the entire game. Eventually it did become relevant, but like it was so late on in the game that I was like, most of this time we spent with this useless fucking seed person. I don't understand why they're here. And then when you do find out, I was like, good, but I would have liked to find out earlier so we could have had this character for most of the run. But 3 had a lot of cool characters, but I think 4 has it beat in terms of characterization. I like all the characters basically, and we can kind of, that leads us on to our next session, characterization. I mean, one of the best parts about a JRPG is the colourful cast of party members that you get, and this game definitely has that. Each one doesn't feel the same. You've got Ryu, who doesn't speak, he's mute, but they add a lot of flavour in him with the emotes you can do in the game, or the emotes that are done in the cutscenes. Like, the characters sweat, they get shocked, they get scared, they get confused. They do a lot with the emote system that I think works quite well in cutscenes. And one of the benefits of a mute character is obviously you can put yourself into them. That's why they do it most of the time. For saying that, Ryu isn't mute because he does talk to other characters. You just don't see the text boxes. So I feel like they cheat a little bit of that, but it's fine. It's an old RPG. Nina, the princess character, who would usually be seen as a damsel in distress, isn't really painted that as at all. Like, she gets a lot of stuff to do in the game that I was surprised by from the get-go. Like, she basically just goes out at the beginning of the game to go hunt for her sister without, you know, consulting her castle or it's like, I'm the princess, but I can do what I fucking want, and I like that. I like that we don't have this again storyline with this female character where she needs to be the damsel in distress. Like, that's one of the things I can say about the games I've played so far, at least. Like Celes, Terra, Garnet, one of the best developed characters. Like, she started off as a damsel in distress, but she became better as the game went along. Nina's a lot like that, but she doesn't really have that character arc. Her arc is different, and I appreciate the fact that we can just have a female character who isn't a damsel. So yeah. Cray, basically this game's version of Ray, the Catman from 3. I like how serious he is. I will say he's a lot less cat-like than Ray is, and I don't know how fans feel about that, but it's fine. He comes from a tribe. In fact, I went to that tribe in a recent recording of Butterfly 3 today, and we get to see that he comes from a warrior tribe. And one of the things I like about Cray is he's very comedic, similar to Nina, and he works quite well against the other characters as well. So not a whole lot I can say about that. Now let's talk about the best fucking character in this game, fucking Urshan, who's a little robot who you just randomly meet while trying to get through one of the scariest areas in the game, and he just shows up and she's an absolute delight. She's the funniest character in the game by far, and there's implications with her design that suggests to me that there may be someone hiding inside of her, because she's a robot, but she looks like a giant basket. But there could definitely be someone inside of her, and she does refer to herself in the third person, so maybe there is someone inside of her. We might find out as the story goes along. But yeah, she's a fun character to voice in Breath of Fire 4 as well, because I can use my voice mod thing to get that across, which is fun. And I recently encountered another character for our party, Syaz, but he hasn't really done anything yet outside of being socially awkward. So stay tuned for part 2 of this review, I guess, where we talk about him and his probably traumatic backstory. As for side characters, surprisingly a lot of depth. Again, this game paints nuance of war in a fairly well done way. You don't get the full scope of the war at the beginning, which is why I think the Faolu stuff works quite well. So there's a few instances in this game where you cut from Ryu to a completely different character who was the first emperor of this empire who you encounter. It's a joke at this point, but a lot of these games have fucking empires and imperial governance. I don't know why I've only played those ones so far. Hopefully we get out of that trend soon. It felt like only 9 was the only one I didn't have that, but then 6, Empire, 15, Empire, Breath of Fire 4, Empire. It's like, come on! I don't want to be in the Empire anymore. I feel like I'm being recruited, I'm being inaugurated or something. But yeah, the Faolu stuff is cool. I like that we kind of get to play as a villain, per se, in these little segments. He isn't like, you know, the mastermind behind everything. He has also awoken in this world where the Empire has basically become this massive evil power. And I also like that we're playing Faolu's music in the background right now. It's very cool. And there's a lot of stuff that isn't shown, but there's lots of stuff they don't tell you, but it's shown about the Empire. Like, they have this thing called Hex that can just obliterate towns and leaves behind this resonance, this dark matter where you basically can't live there. It becomes uninhabitable. And I think that's probably a metaphor for nuclear war, and this game goes into that a fair bit, and about disarmament and how Hex is bad and we shouldn't be doing it, we shouldn't be using it, it's bad. And I like that they're kind of going into those darker themes. Oh shit. Oh, I'm behind the trigger too, that's cool. Welcome in, Mel. Hope you're doing good today. We are currently going into Breath of Fire 4 spoilers, but I don't know if you plan on playing it. This is the only spoiler segment in this. So, yeah. But, well, welcome in. I hope you're doing good. Hope you had a good tea. In fact, like I said before, this is actually the person who played Breath of Fire 3. Chat, go check him out. It's a wonderful game, and he has about 17 streams of it. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was talking about the Empire and the war between them and the war of attrition between them and Ludia and the Wallen? The Wallen? It's nice to play an RPG where the characters aren't called fucking Winglies and the endiness. In fact, there are a group in this game called the Endless, but that sounds so much better than fucking endiness. But yeah, the overall design of these the characters is wonderful. I won't go too much into it because there's probably part 2 will get a lot more into the actual story of the game, but I like how the game is written. It doesn't follow the usual cliches of, okay, we're going to this empire and we're taking them down. The empire is this people. They're this community. They're not just evil. There's a lot of nuance in that, and I'm surprised that a game this old goes into that. So, 100% really well done story so far. I will update you guys later on, probably next week or the week after. Locations. If you like desert, this is a game for you. 90% of this game is set in the desert. It was weird when they called the characters fucking Winglies in that one game, I know. The Winglies was bad, but the fucking was even worse. So, desert. This game has a lot of it. If you like desert, this is the game for you. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to say about the locations. There are some cool ones. I like the eastern themes with the Empire. They kind of go into more traditional Chinese backgrounds and stuff, which I thought was quite cool. The hex is really cool. Again, it kind of is a metaphor for radioactivity, which isn't a good thing. Nuclear war is terrible, but it's an interesting idea, and it's basically turns the game into a horror game. It happens multiple times where there's a section later on where you go to this town that has reformed itself after being attacked by the hex. It has gotten rid of it completely, but there are still sections of the town that are closed off because monsters were attracted to it, and you need to go through those sections to go find a kid, and it's honestly quite creepy, and they do a really good job of that. The actual horror of nuclear war is touched upon in this game, and I think they do, again, a wonderful job. Music. Keep stopping on this song. Fubar. Mail, if you're still there, how do I make it so the song doesn't stop on Fubar? If you use Fubar, that is. I don't know if you do. But I'm trying to play the music and it keeps stopping on the same song. Music. So, this, as you can see below, is composed by Yoshino Aoki and Taro Iwashiro. These games have... spoilers, they have incredible soundtracks, and you should check them out. I love them. The Breath of Fire 3 has a better battle theme, but I like the fact they went a little bit darker with the one in this game. In fact, let me play it for you, because I have got it in here. What is it? Is it an easy win? Yeah. Here we go, this song. It's a slightly darker, twisted version of, say, an RPG theme, but I love it. It's wonderful. And in terms of music, I always like to talk about this stuff because I love music in RPGs. And also the synth PS1 era, Chrono Cross. That era of music was always fantastic for me. I just get so nostalgic over it, even though I didn't play PS1 games that much. I love this style of music so much, and it's one of the things I'm looking forward to as I go along, because there's a lot of fantastic little jams in this game, which I'm looking forward to see. Right, combat. So, in terms of understanding Breath of Fire 4, you've got to understand this combo system. Fire links into wind, wind links into frost, frost links into earth, and earth links into fire again. There's a system in place where you need to infuse elements together and you get stronger attacks. And the way the game works into the combat is, if you do this, you do bigger damage. And it's not only your offensive spells it works on, you can also use it with your mitigation. If you say cast barrier, which increases someone's protection, and heal at the same time, that person is going to receive healing and protection. It's fucking awesome. It's a wonderful way of doing that system. And there's like, I think later on in the game you get like an omni cure where you cure everyone, but then you can also put barrier on that as well to give everyone a slight barrier increase. Like, in terms of the idea of a combo system, it can fall flat fairly easily. It can become too complicated, but the way this game does it is it's simple and easy to use, and as it should be in an RPG like this, because there's a few other systems. For example, Vyu's Dragon Mode is back in this game. I think it's a little bit different, but I don't remember how it worked in 3. But yeah, in this game you can also play as the dragon form of Vyu. And I will say this, going back to the story for a second, Nina and Cray, 2 of your constant companions. What has happened? Oh, what the fuck just happened? I think my drive crashed there. Give me a sec. There we go. Fixed. Nothing bad happened. Don't worry. Yeah. Going back to the story for a second, the characters never acknowledge the fact that Vyu is a dragon. I might be like, oh, maybe dragons are pretty regular in this world. They pretty much just describe dragons as these godlike beings that alter fate wherever they go. They're called the Endless. So I was a little bit confused by why Nina and Cray never acknowledged the fact that Vyu is a dragon at all. They haven't even looked at him yet. When he transforms right in front of them to do combat. And I was like, this is a little bit weird. Why would they design it like this? Apparently they do realise past a certain point, but they haven't reached that point yet. I think they're just stupid. I think they just don't realise that there's a dragon standing next to them. And it's also weird because I think Urshan knows, because he refers to us as the Dragon Eye a few times. We have this power where we can look back into, we can have this power where our dreams determine the future, or our dreams show the future, and that's where we end up. So yeah, a weird story choice. I don't know if I like it or not in terms of the characters just not realising something as simple as that. It just kind of makes them look stupid, to be honest. But then finally, the weird but comfy world. This and 3, I think my main draw with 3 was the fact that it was pure fantasy. I like sci-fi a lot. I think sci-fi can be done really well. But I just like dragons and like fucking, I don't know, mythical creatures and stuff. They've always been one of my favourite things, because with sci-fi, it's robots most of the time. It's futuristic stuff that is sterile and is copy and paste. And I much prefer fantasy because there's literally no scope as to where you can go. You can do whatever you want, basically, with a fantasy genre. And even Legend of Dragoon did a fairly good job of this, where they dived into, okay, how do we make our dragons unique? And interestingly enough, I think this does the same thing as Legend of Dragoon, where the dragons are more bug-like. And as much as like, oh, but classic dragons look awesome, and 3 does a good job of that, but I like the fact they went in a different direction with them in this game, because they could be whatever they want. Art direction. Art direction's a wonderful thing. But yeah, the weird but comfy world, I just love this weird fantasy. I will say I liked one thing more in 3, which was the fact that they had like this ancient society that was entirely technology based. It's kind of like a Horizon Zero Dawn of the past age, where the old society was all technology based. They were sci-fi in the future, but then they fell to ruin, and now it's back to fantasy. I love that. I love that there were ruins based around that as well. So really well done, I would say. A hearty clap from me for 3. I hope 4 kind of goes into that more, because I think one of the main, not drawbacks of 4, but one of the things I don't like is the fact that the world is less interesting despite the war going on. So yeah. But that's Breath of Fire 4 so far. I am absolutely loving it. This is why I needed after for playing Final Fantasy 15. Let's get rid of that spoiler mark, because we are done talking about spoilers. When I decided to play this game, I think it was ages ago, I wanted to fit this in between this and 4, but I was kind of hesitant on doing it, because I was like, this isn't a Final Fantasy game, and I've got 15 games to get through. I think this has definitely opened a doorway to what else I could play, and I'm looking forward to finishing it and doing another review. I think I'll do another one after Chapter 2 is beaten, but we'll see. I do plan on going a little bit slower in my recordings. I have finished uploading 3 more parts, so those will come out across the next 3 days. If you are watching that series, I definitely suggest checking them out. Obviously, if you want to play that game yourself, please do. And then maybe watch the series afterwards, I don't know. But yeah, Breath of Fire 4, wonderful. Wonderful game. Right. That is segment 1 done. I need to make these transitions more interesting because it's literally just me. Segment 1 done. Now let's talk about segment 2. Let's talk about a weird anime game, shall we? The coding failure. That's terrifying. So don't worry, there won't be any spoilers in this for Code Vein. Basically, it's just gonna be me talking about general stuff. I will maybe go into a spoiler talk, but honestly, I don't care enough about the story to talk about that stuff, which is weird because I like this game quite a bit. Let's talk about some of this stuff in this, shall we? So, yeah, that's not a spoiler. The very anime story is just me talking about the general theme of it. So yeah, when Mail played Code Vein last Tuesday, it triggered that urge within me to play this game again because I wanted to play a Souls-like, but not a new one because I'm busy right now and I didn't want to go into a whole new combat system I wouldn't understand. So I thought, I played Code Vein 2 years ago, I'll play this again. And I will definitely say, after my initial playthrough of that game, I am a lot better at these games after Elden Ring. I think Elden Ring was a wake-up call in terms of, you think you're good at Dark Souls combat. You might be alright at Sekiro, but no. We're going to throw every single challenge at you, and we're going to see if you can actually, beat this game. I think it's not hyperbolic to say that Elden Ring is probably the hardest Souls game. Maybe Dark Souls 2 has it beat by its bullshittery, but no, I think Elden Ring is the hardest one. So going into that was really good training for dodging and learning how to dodge and parry stuff. Because playing Code Vein again, this game is so much easier than I remember it being. Dark Souls, I would say it's on the same level as a Dark Souls 1. Or a Dark Souls 2 in terms of... Actually, no, Dark Souls 2 is a better description of this game, because I know Mel has been playing it, and I've also been having the same problem. This game loves putting enemies behind walls to jump scare you. They're like Scooby-Doo villains. They're just, I'm gonna jump scare you and hit you for damage you couldn't see coming because I'm a dick. That's what this game does a lot, and I know why it does it, because otherwise how else are you going to keep the player on edge when going around every corner? It keeps the player alert and it keeps them looking out for goodies, and that's good. That's good. You could do it like any other game where Dark Souls 1 or Dark Souls 3 where it isn't bullshit and you don't feel like you're being thrown into some annoyance, an annoying tornado of bullshittery. So yeah, in terms of that system, I will say it's more in the line of Dark Souls 2. So say if you plan on checking it out, just be aware of that this game does have some annoyance in it when playing through it. So yeah, but I definitely found myself having an easier time with Code Vein. Like bosses, this is not me gloating. I'm awful at some Souls games. I was fucking dreadful at Elden Ring in the beginning, and I will never be good at Dark Souls 3 combat. Like, Medea has killed me so many times, and I don't want to relive that again. I probably will, because I have the urge to replay Dark Souls 3 at some point, hopefully before the Elden Ring DLC comes out. But I might just end up playing Elden Ring again, so we'll see. Maybe I can get some people put together for that and do the multiplayer or something. Yeah, with Code Vein, the bosses, they die so quickly. I think I've got a weapon now where it just inflicts constant bleeding on them, and I know. Oh, you're one of those bleed players, are you? Where you use status effects. I mean, that's how the game is built. They have code. They have a code system where you benefit from putting on afflictions like that and using magic. It's one of the things I actually like about Code Vein over Dark Souls. It encourages experimentation. Malenia is so good though. Yeah, I definitely beat Malenia and I didn't cheese the fuck out of that fight. In my defense, there's a boss after that where I knew that I would be not necessarily ridiculed for my cheating, but I knew that I needed a badge of honor at least in that game. So I decided in a boss later on, I'm just going to fight this with my basic weapon and not heal. So yeah, that was fun. So yeah, with this game, if you're a Souls veteran, you're not gonna have a hard time with it. But there are some things the game pulls out from under the rug of you in terms of combat. So yeah. So on to point number 2. It has a surprisingly nice art direction. I was surprised going into this game how nice the visuals look. Considering, yes, it is a 2019 game, the visuals are going to be good. It's also Bandai Namco. They know how to do good visuals. They do Dark Souls. They help produce Dark Souls as well. But with the whole like anime vision or anime 2D animation, I think this does a pretty good job of it. It reminds me a lot of Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and that game, despite being on the Switch, has some of the best character models, 2D character animation models I've seen in the video game. They do so much with the eyes in that game that I haven't really seen done before with a Switch game. So yeah, I highly suggest checking that out. I do want to do a section on Xenoblade Chronicles 3 on here at some point, but I'll need to plan that out because I haven't finished that game yet, and I want to go back to it at some point. But yeah, art direction wise, this game is stunning. There's so many delicious set pieces in this. I'm not going to go into spoilers obviously, but there's a place later on in the game which I think is absolutely stunning, and I want wallpaper of it. Out of it. The problem is that this game, despite being popular, doesn't have a lot of people, artists, like doing art for it. Like I want more background art drawn by people. This game is beautiful. It deserves that. Saying that though, there is a small problem with this game, and it isn't the fact that it's bullshit. It is bullshit. It also falls into the same problem as Dark Souls 2 in some ways, where a lot of the areas are copy and paste walls. Now, copy and paste as a criticism is not good, because games need a copy and paste sometimes to fill out the runtime a little bit, but also it's easier to replace a model than just recreating one completely. People complained that Elden Ring used the same animations from Dark Souls 3. It's gonna happen. Like, all you want them to do, just redo all the models, animations, they're perfectly fine as they are. Like, they're just updating the script a little bit, and there you go. Save some development time and stuff that's more important. And actual level design is not the most important thing in a Dark Souls game. I would say it's the bosses and the enemies. Saying that though, this game, there's so much padding in it. In terms of areas, there's areas like, I'm sure if Mel's still in chat, he also has encountered this at this point, that the intro cave section, it goes on a little bit too long, I will say. There's not a whole lot. I think the thing is, I'm comparing it to Dark Souls, right, where every 5 minutes there's always something interesting going on. Like, the first area in Dark Souls 3, for example, you go through Lothric Castle and 5 seconds, dragon, 5 seconds, giant pus monster, another 5 seconds, a completely new enemy appears. Those games have mastered the art of always subverting your expectations every 2 seconds. Yeah, I'm having my enjoyment of the game, not at all. Yeah, they did. They reused the animations for a lot of the emotes and a lot of the attack animations, but yeah. If you don't notice it, then it has worked its job. Code Vein definitely falls into the problem of spaghettiing itself. folks have real intent of shitting on their own enjoyment of games and stuff like that. Yeah, because it's weird too, because like, as far as polish goes, Elden Ring is really nice to look at, and it kind of falls into a little bit the problem with the copy and paste. I wouldn't say animations, but I would say enemies. I think the game is so long that by the end of it, you're just encountering the same enemies over and over again, and it does get a little bit repetitive, but that is just a game being an open world. It's going to happen. Like, you can't go have a go at that and then just go back to Breath of the Wild and be like, oh, I love the 17 times I killed that one reskinned Talos enemy, that giant rock monster, or that giant Cyclops guy. They're going to reskin. It's an open world game. It's going to happen. I like that I've talked more about Elden Ring in this than I have about Code Vein. I enjoy that. But to be fair, it is a very interesting topic. As for combat, this game doesn't feel as good as Elden Ring or Dark Souls, mainly because the weapon variety is very slim. You have a lot of weapon choice, but they do mainly get bogged down into heavy weapon or light weapon. Like, I will say I appreciate the game being experimental. It has a gun you can use, it has spears, it has a lot of magic options. Actually, I will say I like how much magic variety there is, despite the fact that it does kind of get bogged down to fireball, imbue your weapon with this, protection. I liked how much they rely on the element system, and they're kind of doing something a little bit different with the codes. And yeah, the blood code thing, where you can assign certain classes. Certain classes have better attributes depending on the main class you want to go for. So they designed the blood code system so in case you want to be a tanky boy, there'll be a blood code for that. If you want to be a light fast boy, there's a blood code for that. In fact, it's called super fast boy anyway, so you know what, it's fine. The blood code system I like quite a lot. There's definitely, with the combat, it falls into the Dark Souls 2 problem. I'm fine with stun locking and input reading. Input reading has to exist for the game enemies to be difficult, obviously. Like, I'm not complaining the fact that Melania attacks you when you heal, but I am complaining in Code Vein that when you get hit, if another enemy hits you directly afterwards, while you're still in the getting hit animation, you'll just take more damage, and progressively you can reach a point where you just get killed. It's stun locking at its finest, and it doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen often enough to be annoying, I think. I definitely remember having that problem with this over, say, a Dark Souls, or Elden Ring, or even a Hellspawn, is that what it's called? Which I also played. So yeah, combat, I think it's a little bit more bare bones than Dark Souls. Not as much as, say, Strangers of Paradise, which is just Neo, but so stripped down. But it definitely has a few nice little gimmicks in there. That's quite fun. The story. This game certainly has a story. It falls into the trope, and I was actually talking to Mel about this recently. Code Vein has this problem where it tries to take itself way too seriously for the subject matter. You're dealing with vampires and giant meat monsters. Take yourself with a little bit of, humour. Even Bloodborne did that to an extent. You had like grimy old men in that game, and sure, that game was dark, but I guess it's also the fact with Bloodborne they didn't have to rely on voice acting a lot because there aren't fully fledged cutscenes in that. They're more so just boss interactions and stuff. There's a lot more in Elden Ring, and I would say they do a fantastic job of that. But in Code Vein, it's a fully fledged story with all these characters who you're meant to really like, but they're just token badass character, token antagonist who isn't actually an antagonist, token female character, or token just nerdy friend boy. It kind of falls into that very cliche loop, I would say, and it's annoying because this game has a lot of cool ideas in it, and the story just kind of gets bogged down by being very anime, being very shouty for no reason other than because it's cool and because it's gonna make all the teenagers love it. So yeah. And then finally shout outs to Mel, who is currently playing Code Vein. I was going to get a picture of my character, but I kind of forgot. Maybe I'll get one for the next part, it's because I do plan on doing a part 2 that will go into spoilers a little bit, so yeah, stay tuned for that after I beat the game. Probably be in about 2 weeks, probably. But there you have it. Code Vein. It's a wonderful time if you like dying and Dark Souls 2 and vampires. I would describe it as if Bloodborne had a drink with Dark Souls 2 and they both watched an anime together. That's what Code Vein is. But with that, we're going to jump on to segment 3, which is going to be me checking out a few little HIO games. I will be changing the title to Games Plus Demos, because it isn't a podcast really as much as it is Games Plus Demos. So I'll be back in about 3 minutes. I'll leave you on the, I guess, the intro, the transition screen. So I'll be back for that in a minute. Well, I am back. I wanted to just see how the audio is for this. No, it's fine. It's good. It's peachy. Right. So, I know I said before that this segment would literally just be me talking about video games, but I decided, since me talking for like 2 hours sounds a little bit much, I'll leave the first half of this to talking, and then I'll move on to some HIO games. I actually think I might embed them between the discussions, because it'll allow for something more visually engaging than just me talking on a blank screen for 30 minutes. But we'll see. That's certainly a plan I could go into. But yeah, let's go over to the game screen and get up our first game, Feather Park. I'm here again. Also, we need to turn the music off because we're not having music for this. I will need to make the game a little bit quieter, I think, but let's get this up, shall we? Probably would have helped if I had got this up before, but it's just me getting these games up. Right, Feather Park. So the only thing I know about this game is it's a game where you play as a little crow in a park. There you go. That's what this game is. I figured it out. Like, we're gonna move this display over a little bit so I have more room to play this with. Oh, can we make this bigger? Oh, well, that's a problem. I didn't realize you could do that. We could just play it in the small window. Why not? Also, I need to give it my cursor. So this is a little feather game, a little crow game where you play as a little duck. It's very cute. Let me move myself over a little bit. And I assume you guys can hear this. I don't actually know how loud it is. It does look quite loud. Let me turn it down. 30, 20, no, 27. There we go. And I said I would never play a game again on stream. Here we are. This is John Chicken. How do I talk to you? Whoa! Open scissors! Oh shit! Wasn't expecting this. I did it. Scissors! I'm a genius! I don't actually know if I'm a genius. I think I won because of 2 out of 3. Yeah, you don't like that, do you? I won, I vote with scissors. Was there anyone down the well? I can't do anything with that. This says heart on it, apparently. Hello, Mr. Sheep. Oh, is this, what is this? 2? No? What's this game meant to be? 5? 4? Oh, wait, how am I meant to know? Is this an actual, like... 4? 1. 1. Shit! I'll get it eventually. It's 1 out of 10 chance. It's 10% chance. I mean, come on, we can do this. 9. 2. Right, your game's bullshit, so I'm gonna go now. So I'm gonna play a game. It's called I Win. Hi. Oh, okay. I don't know. We got like a little hat on. That's very adorable. Also, the pixel art in this game is very nice. Hi. Oh, okay, we are playing as a drone, okay. Come on, Miss Drone. Yeah, I think we've got to follow the shadow, not where the actual drone is. Okay, there we go. I did it! And my Amazon package was? Oh. But that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, okay, yeah, I need to let go of the burn, I guess, okay. I don't know if this is meant to be difficult, but I solved it. There you go. Nice. We're best friends now. This is what all games should be, where you're just walking through a really nice biome with some pixel art, and then you get to make some friends as you go along. This is a nice HIO game to start off this segment, I think. Oh, hello. Oh, angry scarecrow. Oh shit, it's Undertale now. Oh! Oh, yeah, actually is Undertale, okay. Lightning. Thunder. Okay, Barmu. No, not this thing. I'm bad at this one. Yay! So you don't have to be angry, you can be happy. It's as simple as that. Yeah. Can't go in the barn, there's probably bad stuff in there. Hodge maze? Oh. Oh no. I actually really don't like mazes as a horror thing. It's more, I don't think anyone does, to be fair, but yeah, it's not fun, to be honest. Oh, we're friends now. Okay, nice. As a horror idea, going through a maze sounds like it would suck. Just because you know there's something chasing you. And a lot of horror games are good at making you feel like there's something going on inside of there. So I don't like when games throw you into a maze and there's one way out, but there's also something chasing you. So I guess there's 2 ways out. Okay, we got the egg, so we can give that to the other guy. Also, people are worried about the quality. There's nothing I can really do about it on the stream, but when I actually end up putting the recording up on the YouTube, it will be in full crispiness because I'm obviously not dealing with bitrate on OBS recording. It's quite nice. Okay, how do I actually solve your puzzle? 'Cause I don't know what this is. Is it 1, 4, 5, 6? Why is the middle row crossed out? Oh, is it the number of squares that are highlighted? 1. Yeah, okay, I figured out. Am I done? Did I do it? Am I the best friend of everyone now? Well, that was fairly easy. Oh. Wait, I'm not your best friend. Am I meant to win or am I meant to lose? I might actually be meant to lose. Hold on. Scissors. Wait, so the only way I can win here is if I let him win. That doesn't feel fair. Unless we need to get to the end, then... now you won't get to win. I came here for flower and got a Pixel 7 ad. Hi, Neil. I am playing a game. It's a rerun. No, I'm here. Hi. Neil, I'm here. Oh, there you go. Now you're happy. You're happy because you won, Mr. Duck. Please, please buy Google Pixel. I made the signpost happy as well. I actually don't know if there's an ending to this game or if it's just go and talk to people. Oh shit, the barn's open. Now we're gonna find out if you're a small indie company. Actually, thanks. That's actually a nice thing to say. And being a small indie company is good. Everyone's so happy. Okay, I actually might think this might actually be a genuine secret horror game. If it is, I'm gonna be very sad. Please just be wholesome, please. That's all I want. Thanks for playing by John Topilski and Melowin. Casey Autumn Jam 2022. Well, there you go. Not every single cute game needs to turn into meat particles. And that was a honestly really nice game to start us off with. I'm very happy with that. And now we shall close the game. Go check that out. There will be a link to that. But hold on, I can just give you the link right now. Here you go. Go check it out. It's a 15-minute game. And it was fun. It was for, I guess, an autumn jam, but I thought I'd check it out because they look cool. Right, on to game number 2. Tricky Keys 2, which is apparently a coding game. I'm not good at coding. We're going to be playing this until 6:30 because it is an abundance of levels, and then we'll be playing the last game, and then we'll be going over to mail and raiding. Like, gonna lurk and mix a salad. Enjoy mixing your salad, Neil. Not your salad, but the salad you are indeed mixing. We'll be back in a bit. I might be gone by the time you're back, but good luck. So this is a game called Tricky Keys. It's a coding game. Yeah, here we go. Wait, what is this? Oh, Z. Well, it was nice knowing you, Vip Flower. Oh, I mean, yeah, you know what? It's probably too much for me to live on past 40 minutes. Time for me to go, chat. Time for me to go. Nah, I'm back. I'm joking. Alright, let's do this. Oh, there's only 11 levels. Soz? I thought that was the VIP one. Do colon D-E-A-D. Do colon dead. That'll be the right one. See you in a bit. See you in a bit, Neil. Well, that wasn't that bad. Introducing the AI Platform Assistant here to help you with your everyday computational platforming tasks. To do, program Smart AI. Input commands for AI assistants. Commands execute left to right. Can I use mouse? No. Yeah, how do I enter? Oh, there we go. Okay, so I programmed it so I can walk around. Okay, I see. What's that one? Rewind? It's rewind time. Oh. I see. So we need to design this so it will turn 4 directions. Trust me, chat. This is Busco. Fuck! I had it! I had it! I deserved that! There we go. The nudge instructions always move the AI assistant in the same direction. No. Oh god. Okay. Here we go. Let's go. So I'm moving the console right now, not me, I guess. I guess that's why I kind of went wrong in the first game, because I thought I was moving me, but I was moving the crate. Oh, virus instructions cannot be overwritten. Okay, so that'll move you right. So I want to go left, 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 left. Did it? Oh. Well, now who looks like the stupid one? Me. Right. Let's get rid of 2 rights. And then we'll try. There we go. There we go, Busco. Busco keys. This is actually how Busco Coordinate got his license. He just played this game. G? Windows. G, enable. Number tiles execute multiple times before continuing. Number tiles execute multiple times before continuing. Oh. I don't know what that means. I solved it somehow though, so I'll take it. Alright, so we're moving that 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. What is the G doing? What is the G doing? Oh, it's not a key, it's a rotation block. For fuck's sake, Flower. Oh. No. Oh god. Key. There we go. Okay, if I speedrun it. Oh no, it's fine. We don't need to speedrun it. What's this thing? I want this thing. No, he killed me! Yeah, I trusted you. I thought you would be friendly. He wasn't friendly. He was indeed a bad square. Right, okay, then we need to jump down afterwards. So I got attacked by Google Cube. Okay. Up 1. Down, down, down. No, because we're gonna be pushed like all the way down. So start by doing that, then up, up, down. Oh, what's happening? Down, up, up. Let's see how terrible this will be for me. Oh, what's happening? I mean, it's not going too poorly for me right now. I'll eventually get there. This is going to take a while. Welcome to the House of Fun on this block. Oh my god, this is kind of terrifying. Actually, I don't like this. It's getting there. It's just like one of the most rickety rides ever made. No! Shit. Okay, we need to space this out a little bit more, I think. Do that. No, that isn't right. I'm getting a little bit fucked by the typing in this a little bit. Because, yeah, you gotta design it so it goes through. Oh, fuck. No, I got it. There we go. Let's go. What's that gonna do? Rewind everything? Okay, so right, up. No, up. Left. Ah, see, my first mistake was everything. Oh, there we go. I don't know what I did there, but... Oh, was it like going backwards across the code, maybe? Okay. Okay, I think I understand. That's walking two, that's walking one slow. Why can't I just do this? I guess I'll make it too fast. Oh, I'll be fine. No, see, I live on speed. Yeah, speed. Let's go. Okay, maybe we don't live on speed. Oh. No! Oh! Okay, I need to go down after that. No! I was too slow, as I always am. My other name is the Slow Flower. Oh. Okay, it gets a little bit slow towards the end there. I mean, I could have designed this for it to be slow, because it just go through the code again, but... you know, it's fun to be on the edge. Oh, I'm not impatient. I'm not. Please. Oh. My impatience will be my hubris in this level. I think it's because I forget that it stops there. And I did it again. Like, my impatience got ahead of me. There we go. I waited a little bit that time. 5, 5, 5. This should be a foolproof strategy. Oh my god. See, that was my problem there. Okay, so 2 of these. And then we can just get rid of them at the end. Then I'll just, I guess, rotate between them. Fingers crossed. Either that or I need to add, actually no, hold on. Assuming it doesn't go through the wall, we'll be okay. Oh! Oh no, it's fine. I just realised what was going to happen in the code there, but then I guess I didn't realise that I wouldn't be crushed there because it wouldn't have gone any further down. Oh! I like that little cursor guy, by the way. I like the little pixel art of him. He's very cute. Okay, that isn't how we designed this. So we go down, we rotate 5, then we rotate twice, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it immediately goes back into that again, and we don't want that because that'll be bad for us. What if we designed it like this? This is quite a heavy thinking game, but I think it's going all right. I don't like this cube. It's not pleasant. Speaking of puzzle games, I have been playing a game recommended by Nom, Entropy Center. It's basically like Portal 2 if it was not made by Valve, and there's a lot of time travel mechanics based in it. Well, not time travel, rewind mechanics. What is happening here? Oh, okay, crossroads. I don't know what's happening here, to be honest. Oh. The music has like gotten more intense as well, actually. I just realized. Okay, so we need to point it up somehow. Also, I just got squashed there. Rest in peace. Oh. That was a lot more simpler than I gave it credit for. Okay, so what's that immediately gonna do? Nothing. Oh, good. Oh, it splits off into 2. Okay. I see. Okay. So do I want it to rotate and move at the same time? No, well, doing that twice will make it rotate twice, which is actually what we want to do, isn't it? We want it to go both down and up. So, rotating it twice. Then no. Then make it go down. Then do that. That should do it. Huh. It didn't go through both second steps though. It didn't go through the second start. Oh, because it's going down. Okay, I see. So, hold on. What if we design it like this? Oh, hold on. This is quite a fun puzzle game just because there's a lot of stuff you need to do to work it out. There we go. And put me up. Yeah, there we go. Now you're working with code. Oh. Is there anything I can do here? I guess I need to stop that somehow. Okay, so we know we can't affect the top line because it's just going to go to the end, but we can stop the bottom line. What do we do with the other code? Or so we can just design it like this. Fuck. I don't like how this controls. Like, choosing the bindings is a little awkward, but outside of that, I like this game a lot. Right, let's see how that works. Oh, that didn't work! Oh, hold on. I know why. There we go. Yes! Oh, wait, no! That didn't work. That didn't work at all. Well, it might be because this has been fucked over by something. I don't know what that was about, but yeah. Oh. Yeah, there we go. Wanna become famous? Oh, I actually got moderator up. Hold on, you're gonna get the exclusive flower bot ban. There we go. Crawl space. I like the famous Breaking Bad episode, of course. Oh, we gotta find the internet. Okay, this is like me trying to connect to my Wi-Fi. Double. I was gonna rotate it that way. Double. Rotate. No, wait, no, that's not right. That would be that again because we're rotating it up. And then this would be twice. No, we don't. That's how far we need to go, I think, in terms of code. Or not. Okay, what about that? That will make it go point back down again, I think. No! Okay, hold on. I need to make it point right, so we'll go up. So I need to make it go that way. There we go. Because it will move first. And now we need to add another 5 at the end, I think. There we go. Number 2 at the end. Yeah, there we go. Bus go. Back. Welcome back, Neil. Hope you enjoyed mixing your salad. We found the internet. How many more oddies are there? Let me just find out. Because I actually do need to stop now. Oh, there's a second world? But that's probably why. I had 6 levels left. Well, I'm going to leave it there in terms of this game. It was pretty cool. I might come back to the last 6 of these levels at some point. But for now, I'll write down my notes. 50 keys 2. Final 6 levels. I liked the mechanics. I will say the putting the inputs in was a little weird, but you have a posable flower avatar. Want to become famous? Buy follows and primes and viewers on mightyneil.com. Have you got your own website, Neil? No. Also, I would say be careful of that, Neil, because I think I do have a code where if you type in like follow.com, you get permabanned. So be careful. Don't be like Morbo and get banned on my channel. Welcome back, Morbo. You're jelly. I mean, make your own. You got your emotes. Make your own Morbo one, and then you can also be a PNG YouTuber like me. If you did in your chat, you'd be banned automatically. Yeah, because you got a Khadgar script, haven't you, or whatever. Right, trick key's done. Final game. This is not actually an itch.io game. I know I lied, but this is a Steam game as well, and it's cost me a little bit of money, not too much, because I thought it'd be fun to check out, and then I might go off and play it on my own. What is it called? So it's called Please Fix the Road. It is a Steam game, and I have downloaded it, so we're gonna get in there. I am gonna have to move myself over a little bit because it is 1920p. So, in fact, there might be a category page for this. Please, Booty fix the road. I can't get to work because the road is fixed. Wait, the road isn't fixed. Please. Oh. I'm trying to type in please fix the road. Fix the road. Ah, it is a category, okay. Oh, there we go. Pretty. Yeah, the border needs to be changed, but then, yeah, it will be pretty. Give me a sec. Oh, shit. The dreamed fatal frame? Hold on. I can do that for you. What do you want as your thingy, Neil? What do you want to name it? Just pretty? I could do that. Count the trees? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, and a lot. You kill me, Morbo. I had an aneurysm for counting that many trees. What is this? What's the actual redemption for this? I forgot. Yeah, so basically, this involved taking a picture of a catch my description. Yeah, so basically, Neil stole my redeem. Did he? Wow. Morbo. But basically, the way this works is, if you redeem 500 channel points, you can have me take a picture of what I'm currently seeing on screen, and then I need to write a description for it, and then I'll send you that via DM or however you want it to be sent. Neil, either DM me your description or send it to me now, and I can sort it out. But I'll get into the game while you're doing that. Cool. It's very cool. Right, is there music for this game? Yeah, there certainly fucking is. Alright, let's fix some roads, shall we? Oh, plus. No, yeah, I'm using the scroll. Thank you. I'm not gonna use plus and minus. Flower. Yeah? Have you DM'd me? I didn't redeem it. Oh, it was Morbo! Morbo did! I thought it was Neil! Oh. Morbo, it's alright. It's alright, Morbo. Because as we know, I am in fact... Come on, let's do the bit. Do the bit, come on. Do the bit. Do the bit, come on. I'm in fact a clown. So there you go. I set this up because
Is Sephiroth the one who's supposed to be the dark part of Cloud's heart?
I think he is goofy. Also, I'm glad that actually came out of OBS, unlike the other one where it didn't. I have to go anyway, but I'm pretending to storm off. Morbo, wait! Tell me what your description is! Otherwise I can't do your redeem! One day this SVX will come back with a 0 cooldown screaming. It won't. It won't though, Mail. Because I deleted it. I burned it off the face of the earth. I fired nuclear missiles into the surface so that it would never be seen again. It's in the same grave as Silent Hill Arcade. That's where it is. So you're never going to see it again. And we'll all be better for it. But yeah, there you go. I am a clown. My description as flower has upset me. Nice. Do you want any emotes with that? Any sadness? Give me a sec. Let me make that for you now. Hold on. So many crying faces. Yeah. It's a very sad time. Right, okay, I got it. Right, Mobile, I'll send that to you after the stream. But there you go. I need to set it up as an actual bot thing, but I don't know how to do that, so I might do the perusing on the internet soon for that. Well, there you go. Audio spaghetti. I'm an idiot. Let's continue. Gonna run, have a great stream. You also enjoy the rest of your evening, Morbo, and I think you are streaming tomorrow. From what I remember, you're streaming Hotline Miami. So if I'm not able to catch that, good luck. But please go check out Morbo's stuff. He's a really cool dude, and we did a joint VOT quiz recently, which was a lot of fun. So yeah, go check out Morbo there. the watering can. Oh, thanks, Neil. There we go. Nice. Hit the spot. It's actually not water, it's Beppis, but I'm pretty sure plants can drink Beppis. Right, anyway, we are playing a video game. Oh, piss, my mouse is running out of battery. Oh, you're gonna need that today, aren't you, for your game? Right, anyway, yes. Video game. Place. Oh. I have fixed the road. Morbo's a legendary Pokemon. Well, Owen wouldn't know about that, would he? Because he'll just be like, pass. Thoughts and prayers. What is happening right now? Why is the screen black? Is it like a monsoon happening? Is the end of the world occurring? Oh. E? I don't have enough things, game. Oh, we were doing a tutorial, is that why? There we go. Perfect. Oh! The car! It was murdered! They killed the car! Top 10 anime deaths. F? Wow. Ding dong, I got a reward. Wasn't expecting. Yeah, well, it's kind of like what's the game called? You Suck at Parking. I would like to use one of these. Is it this one? No, because it won't make that. Oh, hold on. Okay, I'm an idiot. There we go. I don't need to do it in the order that it appears. You got the Buddin Some Boopin timer there, very good. Yeah, it just murders the lorry. Had children in it. Just murdered them without caring. Oh yeah, that's not right. This game reminds me of a Lego game that came out recently. That's supposed to link to a playlist. I forgot to fix that. God damn it. You know, you know what? It's the YouTube in your heart. That's what it links to, Mail. Oh, fucking hell. But wait, okay. Oh, I see. Okay, that could be a problem. If I have to reset all the way back to the beginning, if I need to fix one thing, that might get a little irritating, but... There we go.
Okie
Both these
dokie.
cars are about to die.
Get ready to move your
There we go.
fingers.
Stretch that flower. Hold on. Have some nuckies. Pastry nuckies. Actually, I don't know if you can hear that the nuckies. My mic is is not sensitive enough for that. Hi. Hi, Neil. You know what? I'm gonna make stretch that flower also biscuit time. Just give me a sec. I'm gonna eat a custard cream. Why didn't that work? Exclamation mark FF should work. Try... Hold on. It might be the actual pack isn't working, but you can still do the actual thing.
Sloppy.
Oh, it did play it, but Sugarfire is not enabled apparently. Hold on. Oh, Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Such devastation! This was not my intention!
That is fucking loud. There we go. Yeah, so the pack ones aren't working. That is also something I need to fix. But there you go. Audio spaghetti. Well, I've got to also head off. Need to get my shit started. See you in a bit, Mel. I hope you enjoy. I was about to say Kadalka, but you're playing a Furby game tonight. I forgot what it's called though. I will see you there. Don't do it. Don't shit. Shitting's important, Neil. Right. Oh, what am I doing here then? Okay. Oh, I'm blowing up stuff now. Yeah, this is definitely how you destroy civilizations. There we go. That's how you do it. That's how you win at life and defeating cars. Whoa! It became a tornado. I do like the transitions. Those are very cool. Okay, we're gonna blow up all. Okay, so I got 3 blow-ups I can do. So that. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, because you can blow up the same tile twice. I'm quoting Mail's favourite porn star. What, what's his name? Just Do It guy. Oh. I wonder what the lore is behind this world. These cars are just being formed into creation. They're becoming sentient beings just to be flung off, yeeted into the abyss. I feel kind of bad for them, to be honest. Yeah, well, the boat figured out how to get there, though, so you know what? Good on the boat. It died, but it died, you know, being good at navigation. Okay, I can blow up 4 towers here, apparently. Shit. I see. I only want to destroy one of them because otherwise if I destroy all 4, then I won't have enough path to build it. There you go. And he gets thrown into the abyss. As he does. Is it the sequel to Disney's Car? I hope it was. Those movies are dreadful, so... Well, I got 3 big bits I could use here. For that, I assume. Ah, that isn't right. So that'll be there. There. Nice. Clever puzzle game. Yeah, it's interesting. Definitely don't see it as a game I'll play for very long, but I am interested in the idea of it and how it's been functions. Oh, it's choo-choo train time. Okay, right. There's no stopping this train except if it gets blown up. Okay, so currently it's going right. We don't want it to go right, so we'll destroy that. And then we don't want it to go this way. There we go. Alright, Thomas, it's time for your final voyage. Rest in peace. I already miss him. Reminds me of a little Monument Valley in some ways. I haven't heard of that game. Must be neat. Oh, no, these are cats. Oh. They better not blow up at the end. Otherwise I'll never hear it from chat. I don't know. This is like the trolley problem. It's literally the trolley problem. If I do this, they're gonna die. But if I don't do it, they'll live. But they'll be stuck here for eternity. Shit. Punch sister. My favourite puzzle game of all time. Oh. Okay, I can only destroy these 2. Oh god. They didn't die, they became puffs of smoke. That means they could just got teleported. Right, chat, they didn't explode like the cars did. That's how I'm gonna cope. What? Oh, copy and paste? Oh. That's neat. I like that as an idea. This is quite a chill game to play before we go over and raid mail. Actually gives me some time to think about it. Life, building cars. See, the thing with cars is I don't actually have a license yet, and I need to at some point because my job would be a lot better if I had that option. The problem is getting a license in the current UK scene is very difficult because there's such a long waiting queue, and then there's always a situation where I might be busy when the waiting queue finally finishes. So I need to find a careful balance between when can I actually get a license and when will I be free to be able to do it, because it takes so long now because of COVID and what's been happening the last few years that it's made it kind of an avenue that I can't really explore, which sucks. But you know, when life gives you lemons, you just don't drive. So that should be enough. Oh, hold on. There we go. Son of a bitch. I think my problem here was I was too ambitious with my road placing that I ended up creating a system that was too powerful for the game to handle. Yeah, so with if you want to know, I am in the situation now where driving would be viable as an option with my job, because I do travel quite a bit. Because my job entails me going to different facilities to gather data and also help them with their own data. So I need to be there a lot of the time, and getting public transport is an option. Like, it is always an option for me, but the reliability of public transport is a lot worse than, you know, just actually getting it. So I'm always less than keen about doing something like that because it just never felt like a satisfying option for me. Also, what is this last tile? Was that 4 by 4? I understand. Rest in peace, Thomas. It gets there to the station, but then it doesn't survive. I've always found that buses are incredibly unreliable when it comes to trying to get back home from work. I just wish that I could live in a world where I won't wait at the bus stop for an hour and then the bus won't even come because, I don't know, they're on lunch break or something, and, you know, I know it's not the best of jobs, but I kind of wish that it would be a cleaner, a better system in some ways. Also, I don't know what I'm fucking up here, but I am fucking this up. Oh. Twat. I'll give you dun 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 dun. I think I understand. Oh no, I don't understand. Punch system. I think the first one needs to be the double, right? Because of how else are we gonna make this? We can't go around that corner again. Because there's nothing you can place here at the end. Oh, hold on. Okay, that's not the solution, is it? I think I understand now. Because they would only grab one tile if I did this. There we go. There we go. Oh, no. Oh, no, I did it. I solved it. I worked it out. I got it. I got it. Well, I'd say we got 2 more puzzles in us, and then we'll head over to the last screen for this. Destroy. Oh, winter. Yeah, it's like autumn winter setting kinda. I like it too. That was fast. Yeah, it was actually. I was surprised by how invested I got in this game. Okay, we can't destroy all these. Where do I get the curve from? That's what she said. No. Where do I get the curve? There we go. Curve acquired! Route acquired! Now we are winter autumn land. And now we have left winter autumn land. Oh no, we're still here! There's a castle! I wonder what the lore behind it is. Death is the lore behind it. One, 2, 3. And with that puzzle, I think we're gonna leave it there. Oh, maybe one more. One more puzzle, and then we'll go over and invade. Dark Souls lore. Yeah, you know, it's like back in the days of old winter. There was this guy in the sky who had the power to explode vehicles and destroy roads. We liked him. He was doing a good job, but every so often he demanded a human sacrifice. So a car would go along the route he made, and then at the end of it, they'd get flung off into the abyss. And it wasn't always cars. It was cats. It was trains. It was boats. He created a world built on human sacrifices, and it was awful. There's the law. Oh! Okay. Bit about putting a jump on. Good luck. Oh, I did it the wrong way around. There we go! And that's it. That's how the cookie crumbles, and that's how the human gets sacrificed. I hope you enjoyed. Please fix the road. We're gonna go over and invade, but before that, close the game. There we go. There's one small thing. So I wanted to create a section on the itch.io or the game Buddin Some Boopin, where I would come back to it every week and add something to it. And this is how I'm gonna do it. There you go, you can hear me now, I think. Welcome back, Neil. So if you don't know what Silksong is probably my most anticipated game ever made, because Hollow Knight is probably my favourite Metroidvania / game ever. So when I found out that they were making a sequel, I was excited like everyone else, but then it's been 3 years since they first announced it, that reveal trailer of Silksong. And so I decided, since obviously people do this on YouTube as well, I'll do my own thing. So, love fire and battery, who doesn't? I have created a thing where I will be able to add another 7 days to whenever they announce, when Silksong finally comes out. That's when we can finally add to this. But yes, we're gonna add a day to this because it has actually been 668 days since they announced Silksong was coming out. So that's fun. And there we go, 668 days. Where's the clown version? I mean, I had it here. There he is. This is why I've become, chat. This normal flower you see, he's got makeup on. This is what I actually look like, because I had to apply clown makeup every single day since they announced Silksong. I missed 666. I didn't do a 666. This is the first time I'm doing this, but yeah, I feel that. Would have been amazing if they actually announced the release date trailer on 666, but they haven't yet. We don't really know when it's coming out. Only that they've said it's going to be coming out in 12 months. So fingers crossed. However, there is some hope. It's kind of shallow hope, but it's hope nonetheless. Something appeared on the Steam page recently. This. The PC gaming show is currently doing a thing. Mel would be proud. He would be. The clown man himself. Recently, below Silksong, or above Silksong on the Steam page, PC Gaming Show banner has appeared. Now, people will be like, oh my god, they're gonna show more Silksong gameplay? No, I don't think that's what this is. PC Gaming Show always do that thing where they try and find out the most anticipated game for people. I think this is just there because they want to showcase one of the games that's more anticipated. I don't think there's going to be any new content or any new news from Team Cherry. I think it's cool. You know, Silksong has been the most anticipated indie game for the last 3 years, but we haven't heard anything. So, Team Cherry, please, put me out of my misery and give me Silksong, Final Fantasy 16, Breath of the Wild 2, all those games next year, and that'll be wonderful. But yeah, with that, that has been Buddin Some Boopin Games. Let's go over and raid, shall we? Take flower out the back like old yellow, exactly. I don't know why it's done this, but for some reason it hasn't. Yeah, the bottom line isn't working. Stereo? Oh, wait, is it because... What's happening? I don't know, but my wire thing isn't working. Well, we're just gonna raid. My wire thing isn't working. I was looking forward to that, and it was working before, but of course, a flower stream wouldn't be complete without more technical problems. Let's go raid Mail, who is currently playing Antichamber. It's a puzzle 3D game, like the 2D games I was just playing. Mail's great. He played Code Vein. He's currently playing Code Vein as well, and he also played Breath of Fire 3 in the past. Go check it out. He's also playing Bayonetta this week, I think, as well, and some other cool games. Right. I hope you enjoyed. We're gonna go raid now. You're more pro than me, anyway. That's very nice of you to say, Neil, but don't, like, shoot yourself in the foot. You're also great at streaming. I loved your God Eater streams. I think all of us are really good. And that's why I wanted to make this podcast, kinda, because I like doing talking stuff more than playing games for the most part. I want to play Code Vein 2-player at some point. We should definitely try and find out more information about that. That could be cool. But yeah, gonna go raid Mail. He's currently playing video game. Right, anyway. Goodbye. Oh, wait, hold on, before I leave. Next Wednesday, this Wednesday, Buddin Some Boopin Music will be my next Buddin Some Boopin stream podcast, where we're gonna be doing music stuff in Reaper. Be working on my battle track, then I'm gonna be talking about Final Fantasy 15 music with a little showcase about Yoko Shimura. Right, okay, bye bye.